This is probably a very like sudden video that I wanna post. I really don't care about the camera quality or something. I just want someone to hear. Probably you're watching, probably you're not watching. I don't really mind. But I really wanna help a lot of the guys like me. I sort of just like noticed something um about women, about partner, right? Do you feel like right now if you're like in a relationship, do you feel like you're not achieving your goals? Or maybe if you haven't achieved your goals, you're actually grinding and you're trying to lock in, quote unquote, lock in to actually achieve your goals. If not, then of course, I mean, it's your fault, right? It's your responsibility to actually do the work. But in other case, it's also your girl's fault. So a few years ago, well, a year ago, more like it, I recently just not yeah well a couple of months ago, uh, broke up. I ended it off like a relationship with my around 1.5 to 2 years relationship with this girl. I'm not gonna mention her name and stuff, and I'm not gonna go through a lot of like deep details, just out of respect and all, right? But basically, what I learned from that is she did not make me a better man. If you can sort of like relate to this, then this is for you, right? So basically, through that 1.5 relationship, I was back then. I was a really what is it? I was a really like lovey-dovey person, right? I would think to myself as like a simp during like a few years back then, going through the recent breakup. I would think myself that I was a simp, right? And because of that, it really did not change anything. It got to the point where I was unaware that I was doing too much and I was putting in too much time for the girl, right? And because I was unaware, certainly, I basically just missed all the tasks that I actually need to do. Hold on, the AC is getting really weird. I will just turn it off first. Here's what I want to tell you. A lot of young men these days, they are with girls, right? Let's say like a partner. Let's say you have a partner, you have a girlfriend or something. And you've been with her for a long time. Or maybe you're like just a couple months in and stuff, right? To be a man, you actually have to do the work. You have to do something purposeful, right? Of course, I can't really say much because I haven't fulfilled a purpose in my life yet. But I've helped a lot of other guys, which is like my friends as well, around this like relationship and having a partner and everything like that. And a lot of them some of them actually did not listen to my advice and did not listen to me, and a lot of them turned out the other way around, the opposite, badly. No, I want to say words that are I don't want to say words or like terms that are negative about, right? But you should really pay attention, and you should really observe of who you are with, or like who you are dating, and or if you don't have it yet, who you are going to be with. Because what I learned is that I did not really plan out who I wanted to be with, what I wanted her to be like for my 1.5 year relationship. Although now I have another girl with me, which I actually did plan it out, and hopefully this time it will go well. But besides the point, I did not plan, or I did not really think or journal about it, or like just think for a sec if this girl is the right girl for me, or even before dating the girl, I did not even think that I actually want to date the girl, and like why, and what is the girl like? Who is that girl that I really want? I did not think about it. Now, for a lot of guys like you're probably watching this video because you're interested of it, right? You need to think about it, You need to at least think about it. Perhaps you realize just now that you need to think about it, about whoever your girl is, and if she is basically good for you or good for your future, or you just basically just thought of it of like planning, basically. You're single. Basically, you're single right now, and you just realize that you have to plan, or you are already in a relationship, and then you just also realize that you really need to think about who you are with. So that's what you gotta do. Because if not, you will suffer. And what I mean suffer is I have years of experience with basically women, right? Girls. I mean, some of them are, in my opinion, and I don't want to put it too negative. The first like initial ones, of course, those people weren't. You know what? Let me just make the words better, more positive. They were not the best, right? Because I have my standards now, and looking back, my standards were down. It was down there. And looking back, thinking, although I don't have any regrets, because I really want to, just kind of, I'm not like reminiscing on the memories or something as well, but I'm reminiscing on a time where I was basically unaware and unconscious of what was happening to all this, and all I think about was like that short-term sort of like affection, right? In that relationship, like those like intimacy, only like the lovey-dovey stuff, the cute little stuff that a lot of couples do. Like back then, I used to wanted to play like video games with my girl, right? Like in the first years of like relationship, like initial relationship with like my first basically partner a few years back. And I wanted to play video games with her. I remember we wanted to play like Minecraft as well, and like other games all night, like pull an all-nighter with that girl. And then, I mean, during those times, I didn't really realize the importance of self-improvement, on like personal development and trying to improve myself or whatever. But that's also kind of, I mean, it's a canon event, right? You will go through that before you actually achieve or notice something. So right now I'm just giving you like a shortcut, giving you my mistakes so you won't repeat it again. So I want you to learn that if you're in a relationship, sorry, let's just go single first. If you're single, then you need to pick the right girl. Maybe it's not for your future, you know? Maybe you're here to actually learn. We don't know, right? But you just want to have faith in God, basically. But you really want to plan who your ideal, or let's just make it more deeper here. Who is your wife? Right? Because what we're all here for is in the future, in our generation right now, of course in the future we want to create another generation. We want to create offspring, right? And we need to find the right wife to do that with, to create another generation of successful men. Perhaps we're not all successful right now yet. I'm not successful yet. But I'm just telling you, I'm just giving the lessons of what I learned and what I think is good for the future and what I want a lot of people to actually get benefit from. So if you're single, I want you to plan it out. Perhaps take a notebook. I have a notebook myself right here, right? And write down sort of the first, if you're single, you want to write down the list, basically, like the requirements, like the criterias, and like what a what's my like the perfect wife, you know what I mean? Maybe you can sort of like through like different aspects. Maybe first you want to sort of by looks, right? You want to go like from the broad, like from the obvious part of your wife, like the woman, basically like down to the personality and then characteristics and values and maybe what else, ethnicity or something. I don't know. Basically up to you, but you want to write it down, right? Religion as well, because I really value like spirituality and all. Then after that, you just gotta stick with it, man. You want to find a girl that is what you basically wrote in your notebook. Now the challenge is for you to actually stay single until you find that girl, right? Because you're still single, you haven't gotten a girl yet, or maybe you have in your past, but all those girls they're not good. So you want to actually plan, because why you're in a relationship is because you want to marry in the future, right? If you're just here to just play around and think about the short-term, basically short-term stuff with her, then you're better off like being single, not basically liking a woman, right? Not loving a woman that is besides your mom and your maybe sister as well. So when you find a woman that is not your mom and your sister, you actually want to think to yourself if you are any good to invest time with her, and if she's any good to invest time with you. And then, yeah, you don't want to get a girl before you find someone that kind of checklist like 90% of your the requirements that you list out in your notebook. Because if you don't do that. Then you're just gonna suffer all the time. Because when I was with the girl that I did not plan at all, bro, I was unaware, right? It was like a ship. Like, let's say you're in a ship right now, right? You're riding the ship. You're controlling the ship, right? But this time, the waves are just controlling the ship. So it's not even me. I'm not controlling the ship at all. So me and my girl, basically, we're just the one who um we were the one who was sleeping on the ship with no captain at all. So no one is sailing it. No one is controlling the direction of the ship. It's just the wave that is controlling it, right? And there's like thunderstorm and stuff, and then the sun again, and then it's at night again. But still, no one is controlling it. That's why it's directionless if no one is controlling it, right? If there's a captain, exactly, there will be direction. And if there's direction, then we're gonna end up in a North Star. And that North Star is the point where we are successful as men. So we want to be the captain in the ship, on the ship. And we want our passenger to be the girl that is going to support us through the journey, right? Looking back again to my relationship, she did not make me a better man. Because whenever she wants whatever she wants and because a girl, basically a girl's of course a girl, she want to focus on her girls as well. She want to do this and do that. But if the girl is the one that wants to cuddle you like a bear, let's say, right? Let's just say it like that. Like, just picture it like a girl, like she wants to like crush you like a bear, you know? She's like, she looks at you like so cute, and she wants to spend time with you every single time. She wants to be with you every single time. And if you do not give boundaries or like barriers in between, and you spend time with her like every single day, then who is controlling the ship now? You as the captain, or your woman as the cat? What's the female word for captain, bro? I don't know. But yeah, feel me? If she's the captain of the ship, then what are you? The passenger, the one who support, the one who's like always there for her and stuff. And she's not even paying attention to what is it? To the ship, right? She's just controlling it like aimlessly because, you know, she just want to crush you, you know? She just looks at you too cute. She doesn't know really where to go. She doesn't know how to direct you. She doesn't know where you want to direct yourself. Therefore, she doesn't know how to direct you. And she also is not aware that she needs to like direct you because you're the passenger of the ship. So just put all those problems aside for a sec and just think to yourself, when I have that girl, or when I'm with a girl, I need to make sure that first, right? I planned it. I plan to have this sort of girl because that girl is going to be my wife in the future, right? Because this relationship is not going to be wasted just for nothing, right? Except if, let's say, you know, you've already planned it and you're in a relationship and something else happened, that maybe you two have to be apart from each other because of location or some other factors, basically. That's fine, right? It's because of other reasons. But the woman itself, like the person itself, the human itself, The female itself is the one that you really have to think about, right? That's all you can do to find like the perfect wife for you. Because you cannot control other factors in life between you and her, besides finding the right her. So that's first. And second, when you're in a relationship, I've seen a lot of guys, right? I've seen a lot. I think like almost all the guys I see, they spend too much time with their girlfriends. And sorry, I'm not saying that's bad. I mean, sometimes if I'm, let's say at school, right? Of course, I'm gonna see, because the girl right now that I'm with, I've basically met her at school. I can't avoid her, right? And of course, we don't want to avoid each other. But I mean, like, what I'm saying, spending time, is when you always sort of want to have that lovey-dovey sort of like moment until you forget what task that you have to do, until you feel directed by her. Now, I'm not talking about like control or like manipulation or some stuff, right? It's just the nature of female, basically. And as men, we have to have the masculine and feminine polarity, right? If you know about that, we have to be masculine, but not so masculine. And the females have to be feminine, but not so feminine. So it's like 80-20, right? But we have to go to more of the masculine side. And for female, they have to go to the feminine sort of side. So that's the problem. A lot of young men, a lot of like guys, they keep on spending time with their girl every single day. Right? Who knows? I mean, I've seen a lot of my friends. I don't know about you, right? But what I've noticed from my friends, basically, when they spend too much time with their girl, we don't really see that sort of like masculine energy from them. From my friends, the one who experienced this as well. I mean, now they've gotten better, right? But we don't see the masculine energy from them, really. Like when they're around us, they don't seem masculine. They don't seem manly. They don't seem like the guys that just want to like, do like dumb stuff and I've noticed like this sort of like this slight like feminine, I don't know how to say it, but when we want to do something fun and something very masculine, there's sort of like a hesitation from that person, right? I don't want to mention who, but there's sort of like a hesitation from that person. Just like a side bit, right? Hesitation to do that sort of like masculine activity. And even if it's just a little bit, it's a big thing. Because that small bit, it can change a lot of things, right? It can change your whole masculine energy like polarity thing. And it's gonna be hard to fix until you're actually like aware and you're conscious of it. And right now I'm trying to make you conscious of it, right? Hopefully I do. And I don't want to like basically hurt someone's feeling, or maybe if I do, or maybe like offend someone about like saying all this, because of course, bro, I don't want you to go through the same problem as me, right? I want a lot of the young men, I want you to actually achieve what you want to achieve. You're probably like you're probably have like a bunch of goals in your mind that you want to achieve, right? Hopefully you do. I mean, if you don't, then I don't know why you're watching this video. But if you actually do have goals in your head that you want to achieve, right, and you want to be ambitious for, then you should cut away all the mistakes that you might go through again, similar to me, and you want to replace that with like the actual good ones. So going back to the problem number 2, which is don't let your woman direct the ship. Let the captain, which is you, direct the ship. So you want to basically, yeah, of course, you can spend time with her, do this, do that. But you don't want to sort of spend too much time with her to the point that you basically forget what you have to do. Yes, sometimes in some cases, you're gonna, of course, stay up at night and then fall asleep with her or something, right? Through like FaceTime or something like that. Which, of course, it makes sense, right? A lot of people does that, and even I do that as well. I still text her every single day, But if you haven't done that purposeful work throughout the day, then why bother, man? Why focus all your energy on the girl that you might like, even in the future, you might not even be with her yet. But of course, right now you've already planned and you already like, sort of, you want to invest your time in her because of the support and all that, But you might not even going to marry her. I might not even going to marry mine as well. So you want to focus the number 1 in your goals, in your purpose, right? In your passion, in the work that you want to do. If, let's say, in a couple of years, of course we don't want this, but let's say in a couple of years, or maybe in a few months, let's say, you guys are done, right? Then what else what else can you achieve? What's the thing that will get you back up straight away, right? And even when you're back up, what can you do to get your life going again? Because you rely so much in your girl, and you basically give all your time to your girl that you don't have time to do anything else. And you sacrifice your time for that girl. You don't want that, man. We all want to be successful here in our 20s, right? Of course we want. We don't want to be like, what is it? We don't want to be that guy that basically have no skills in doing anything, don't have life experiences, don't have basically money to provide and protect our family, our partners in the future as well, our siblings, right? The people around us, the whole population of the world, your community, right? So you want to put that time into that instead of spending too much time with your girl, playing video games and all. And of course, all this, the playing video game stuff, of course you can, right? And that's why I'm not telling you to like not do the things that you guys like to do. But what I'm telling you is have a schedule or have like a setup or a system. More of like a setup, yeah? Have a schedule or a setup that allows you to put in more time of what you want to do in your work than doing like stuff with your girl. And before I used to like call like video call my girl every single day when it was like school and I have other things to do. When she asked me to video call like every single day, I used to always like accept it, right? But deep in my mind, as much as I was also, I get that sort of affections from her, that like, of course, when in some point when you want to call, of course you will. When she asks to call, of course you will call. We cannot really handle that so much, right? In a lot of times, a lot of cases, but I fall into the trap, what quote unquote trap, um, every single time, basically, every single night. And what I mean by every day is actually every single day. And I got to the point that I actually don't have time. Oh, how many? Damn. I've been talking about it for 30 minutes. Basically, I do not have time to do what I want to do, to create sort of oh. See, as of right now, my girl is basically texting me. But I want to create this video first, and I'm gonna finish, and I'm gonna reply after. Oh my god, this is so funny, man. So, I don't want to. Sorry, what I was gonna say. Right. Because the girl that I was with, I didn't have time to better myself, to self improve myself, right? To do what I wanted to do. I wanted to make like YouTube videos like this, but I basically did not have time to. And look at me now. Like actually, I basically have the time to do whatever I want to do, right? I don't need to call like a girl like every single night, right? But of course, if you're unambitious and you don't want to do, and you're not purposeful, and you don't know, basically, you don't have that kind of goal that drives you to success of like what you think now that might potentially make you become like a successful man, then you better not watch this video, and you better just like click off and just don't mind about putting in the setup of just spend time with your girl every single day and always accept what she wants. Always try to call her, always spend time with her. If you don't want to achieve her goals, then always do that, right? Now, of course, this is different if you're husband and wife, right? I'm talking about the young guys like me in our generation. Although in another video, I'm also gonna talk about for other males, like more adult males or for fathers and stuff, because I also want to help a lot of fathers